It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks for allowing us to stream directly into your office or into your home, especially during these very, very remarkable times that we're in these days. And I like to start off every single time with our philosophy, which is one we never created, one we've adopted it, but it works. And that is success leaves clues. So every morning we take a look at a case study. And inside that case study, we look at the challenges, we look at the strategy they did to overcome that challenge, then we link it directly to sales. So let's go ahead and slow down and then we'll speed up and let's take a look at it as we get started this morning. Welcome. Imagine sitting inside of an office and you're at the dentist and you're in the dentist chair, by the way. And it's really the unlikeliest places you get an idea. And that's what happened to Simon. He was at his dentist, Simon's Ever. He was a young industrial designer, by the way. And he's sitting in the chair. His dentist is talking about all the problems that people have because they have poor hygiene, which means they don't brush their teeth the way they should. And it's really hard for them to get the results they're looking for. Now, during this regular routine that he was going about, by the way, he said, wow, the dentist is saying that people have very expensive tools, yet they're struggling to make something happen. In his mind, he said, there's a problem. So Simon saw this gap, a mismatch between the existing products that were out there and really the genuine user habits that people had. So he said, I'm going to do something about it. So this sparked the idea of something called Quip. This is a toothbrush, by the way. I love Quip, by the way. Man, do I love that product, Quip. It was a brand that was rooted in simplicity and functionality. By turning this idea into just a simple idea, it became very successful. Here's the challenge that Simon had. He was entering into a very crowded market. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, floss. I mean, the giants already ruled the entire industry, and many of them had some complex products. Some of them had some very, very expensive products. And how was he to compete? So his challenge was twofold. One, he had to redesign an everyday tool that someone was using right now, but they weren't using it effectively. And number two, he had to shift the attitudes of the market so that it would embrace the new tool. And so they needed to address the consumer psyche, which is the sales psychology, by the way. That's all in the sales message. And this was going to be something that's going to be very hard. So Simon and he partnered with a guy named Bill that came up with a breakthrough. And the idea was focused on two things, simplicity and consistency. And that became the core values of the whole company, Equip. Simplicity and consistency. Wow, can we not all adapt that, by the way? And this defined Quip. So by developing a sleek, no-nonsense toothbrush, provided guidance on how to use it, they shifted the behavior of the consumers and they started having more healthier, happier habits that allowed them when they were flossing and brushing. Now, Quip not only simplified the design, but they also changed the purchasing experience. So the old way was you get a toothbrush, when you figured you were done with it, you tossed it and you would go get another toothbrush. They said, what if we had a monthly subscription? What if not only did we redesign the tool, Quip, a toothbrush, but what if we sent them a new head the head of the brush every month? What if we sent them the flossing that they needed? And it would be delivered right to them so they don't have to think about it. So from its very small beginnings, Quip transformed how we looked at dental, how we looked at our hygienes, came up with something that was user, that was friendly, that was cool, that was different, and stood out in the marketplace. And this approach led them to have customer loyalty. I know we've been having them now, 5, 7, 8 years now. And also a loyal following, a community of folks that came together. My big takeaway for you is a successful sales strategy like Quip's product design is built on simplicity and consistency, but also making sure that you educate your end user so not only you're solving their problem, but you're making their life a lot easier. When you do that, focus on the customer priority, you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name once again is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Thanks for being part of this. Thanks for allowing us to stream into your home during these very, very, very challenging times. And every morning we like to get started the exact same way. And the exact same way is our mantra. And our mantra is focus on sales. Our mantra is focus on sales. Why? Because if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. How true is that? But here's what I need you to understand. Sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the point you want to make, Shay? Selling is serious business. Selling is serious business. And so after we understand that, we say, wait, let's slow down. As a CEO, what's my responsibility? And your responsibility is to have a pledge to your sales department. You as the CEO provide the sales department with the people, the sales processes, and the sales resources that are needed in order to be successful. So here's our pledge we have to the sales department every day. I will learn, earn, and return. And then we have a little mantra, a little chant we like to say. Go ahead and repeat after me. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from existing clients in order to get old and new clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. And that walks us directly into our objectives. Why are we here? We have really three objectives. Our number one objective is about sales progress. So we got to make sure there's sales growth, that that's happening on a continuous basis. Number two, it's about addressing any roadblocks. We talked about a case study this morning. They had roadblocks. It wasn't easy, but it was possible. And number three, to focus on the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. Sales pillar number 1, a one-page CEO sales plan. Sales pillar number 2, the sales cycle. Sales pillar number 3, a sales message. Sales pillar number 4, the CEO sales dashboard. Oh, we spent a whole segment on that. And then number 5, how true is that? Number 5, making sure that there is a sales team. So we have a team. Success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. Oh no. And then for those folks that are tuning in, and maybe tune in every single morning, and maybe you have an opportunity while we're live to look below the video and put a hashtag I'm here. You can see me, but I can't see you. So I would love to connect. So put hashtag I'm here. If you're watching right now, then maybe you're streaming on one of the on-demand platforms. Maybe you're on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. If you've downloaded the podcast, thank you so much. That means so much to us, by the way. Do me a favor. Head over to @IamCheBrown, @IamCheBrown, and drop me a note and just let me know you're in the building. I respond to every message personally myself. Just go to @IamCheBrown and let's connect. But really the question comes up more than not, which is, what is the CEO Sales Huddle, Shay? Why does it exist? And the CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster, easier, with less effort, make it new, make it different, by the way. And if you're out there right now and that's you and you're tuned in, here's the big why. Because it's all about sales growth, sales accountability, and sales consistency. And you may have heard this before, and how true is it that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. We talked about that in the case study. And what's the most challenge that most folks have? Being consistent. So we have a way to help you do that, to stay in this conversation. And that is where we get together for 15 minutes a day. So we have a time. It's 15 minutes. Now that 15 minutes represents 1% of the day. Now, Shay, can you back into that 1%? Be glad to. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. Never 1,441. Never, ever. Just 1,440 minutes in every day. So when you show up, you have the same amount of time that I have. I have the same amount of time as Oprah have. We all have the same amount of time. You spend 1% of your day, 1% of your day with one outcome. And that outcome is something that we talk about every single day. And that outcome is to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. This is over and beyond whatever you earn today. You earn an extra $100,000 a month because you're in this conversation. Now, obviously the question is, say, how do I get to $100,000? That sounds good. It feels good. But is there a strategy? Is there a structure? Is there a process in place that allows us to do that? The answer is yes. And that answer, that yes, is the CEO Sales Dashboard. And the CEO Sales Dashboard is something that we created for our most successful clients so they can measure their sales systems. They can measure their sales message. They can measure the impact of their sales position. And they can measure it looking at a couple of indicators. Look at those 5 indicators. Indicator number 1 is leads. Now, if you haven't downloaded, you can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com, www.ceosalesdashboard.com, and we're focused on leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now, these are 5 indicators. The philosophy is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So as a CEO, if you can measure it, you can manage it, you can manage it, you can make it better. How cool is that? Now let's go look at the 5 indicators. If you haven't downloaded the CEO Sales Dashboard, you can go over there and download it now. It's going to look something like this. It's an Excel sheet. And once you get the Excel sheet in front of you, you can go all the way across to today's date. Now, once you get to today's date, you can look on the left-hand side. Now, there's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. There's 5 categories. Inside those 5 categories, you can later go back and put the product if you want to track it by a product level. But let's look at it. We're looking at it just in its totality because you're looking at the results on a daily basis at the CEO level. And then you can do a drill down later. But let's say you step back and say, okay, let's look at leads. How many leads came into the database yesterday? And then we could go a step further. Today, I want to do an anchor. I want to anchor for a second just down appointment setting. So look on the left-hand side, you see appointment setting. Go into appointment setting and say how many appointments were set by the sales department yesterday. There's appointment setting, there's appointment running. There are 2 different skill sets. And then go back on the other side and say, wait a minute, how many appointments were run by the sales department yesterday? So how many were set? That means people should have been there. Then how many were run? Now you could go in because some of you do one-to-one appointments. Some of you do one over the phone appointments. Some of you do one-to-many appointments. That means you show up one time and there are many, many people there. And then others of you, you have appointments that you're collaborating in. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And then you can even look at it in terms of the area that you're really focused on in your business. Appointment setting is crucial. Nothing happens without an appointment. So I want you to start measuring appointments and managing appointments. But when we do the CEO sales dashboard, we don't do it to beat ourselves up. We do it as a way to measuring and managing. And then we have a segment that we're transitioning to now called Celebrate Wins. So we say, wait a minute, some things happen really, really well. And powerful people ask powerful questions because questions their focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So 3 questions we have. What are you most proud of in the sales department? Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment in the sales department? Number 3, what is the one thing you want to brag about for the sales department today? You just want to brag, brag, brag. If you could bring them on right now, you could just brag. What would it be right now inside of the sales department? And this is a great opportunity for you to brag. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions stay focused. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So just like the first case study we had, it wasn't all rainbows and cupcakes and unicorns. There were some challenges. We're going to go back now and ask ourselves 3 questions to overcome any hurdles. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? What's preventing you today from moving forward? And number 3, what's the one thing you can do? You're going to step up. You're going to own it. You own it. You own it. You're going to step up. You're going to say, I'm going to make the difference here. What would it be? You step into that right now. You just step up right now. Right now, you're there. And then my message of the day is now is the time. My message of the day is now is the time. My message of the day is now is the time. Now is the time for you to take action. Now is the time for you to get that sales strategy written. Now is the time for you to have that sales message tweaked. Now is the time for you to look at the sales positioning and then fix the sales funnel so the whole sales system comes together. Now is the time for you to be as a CEO more than ever for all the things going on in the world. And boy, there's a lot going on in the world. But one thing you can control is your mindset. You can control your actions. So focus on what you can control in your business. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the CEO Sales Huddle. Thanks for allowing us to stream into your home or into your ears right now, or on your phone, or on your iPad, or on your computer, or on the TV monitor. We appreciate you, and I believe for you, your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. God bless, and keep doing God's work. I'll see you later.